talk about proven strategies that build your content supply chain, or I like to call it content supply change. I'm Evan Nicholson, VP Growth Architect at Merkle, and I want to talk to you about content supply change. Now, 6 out of 10 brand marketers create at least one piece of content daily. I bet you're one of them. And we're doing this because our customers expect it. We know that 7 out of 10 people say that relevant content delivered at the right time and the right place boosts their trust with a brand. And we absolutely want to harness that power. In fact, that's 495 minutes a day that our customers are consuming content, equating to about 8 hours and 15 minutes of content being consumed per day per person. That's a lot of content, and that puts a lot of demand and strain on our organizations. It's hard to plan, to create, to produce, to deliver, and then you have to make a case for it. You have to measure and show why it works, and then involve that in your next round of planning. And so you need not just a content supply chain, but a content supply chain that operates efficiently, that gives you the power to enhance your customer experience, and that enables profitable growth. So I've got some tips for you on how to do that, how to solve your biggest crisis, your content supply chain. And that's change in people, change in process, change in technology, and change in culture. Let's talk about people. Now, when it comes to the content supply chain for people, we want to make it meaningful. Meaningful by focusing on the employee experience. After all, that content machine is going to be running, and it's going to be running for a long time. And so we need the change to be the focus, not just managing the process of rolling out new technology. You want your people to believe that this is going to be making their jobs easier, because it is. And so set up a content ops team to define your own content supply chain, address the fears that people have, and create champions among your organization that can share your wins over time. Now let's talk about process. And it's more than just knowing where you want to go, but understanding your current content supply process. Now, you have to look across your organization to define all the categories of change and take time to understand those existing systems, the agencies and their systems and their people, and your other processes that might be impacted. And every process, should be written in pencil, because they're all the time changing, constantly evolving. And so as you write your new process, you need to imagine and expect that it's going to change as well. So create a living and breathing journey map, something that enables you to see both sides, your customer and the employee experience, to understand what your current content supply chain looks like. Now let's talk about technology, because in theory, these technology improvements immediately help your employees get their jobs done with less effort. But we know it gets a little bit more complicated than that. So you need to bridge budgets and teams, getting all the impacted business stakeholders together to participate so they can see the benefit of adoption, as well as make their own voices heard. And that'll enable you to create the one source of truth, a core hub like Workfront and AEM assets that enables you to manage the process as well as the content to store, provide access, and ultimately activate in more meaningful ways. And Workfront is the key to utilization and adoption, because that is enabling you to power your process and run your teams more effectively. And then finally, and most importantly, your culture change. Don't just be a manager managing process, but be a leader and create an environment where people want to do their job excellently and they see this change as a benefit to them. And so when creating that culture, look at your content supply chain as meaningful. What's the value it creates? And manageable, how it's easy and makes lives easier for both customers and employees. Promote and reward successes, celebrating people who are able to bridge and break silos, and incentivizing the right kinds of behavior. And set up a supply chain improvement team, a group who can focus on what's the stuff to fix, and set up emails and Slacks and things like that, and then gather insights and feedback as well as celebrate wins. And that'll enable you to build a content supply chain that's powerful enough to meet now as well as your future, so that you'll be powered with future-ready technology, a customer experience and employee experience focus that enables profitable growth for you. So let's look back at those pro tips real quick. Pro tip 1, set up a content ops team to define your own supply chain, address fears, and create the champions that you're going to need to push this program forward. Create a living and breathing experience journey map. that'll help you see both sides, the customer and the employee experience related to how content's produced. Number 3, Workfront is the key to utilization and adoption. Use it as your planning tool for your supply chain rollout. And number 4, set up a content supply chain improvement team who can do things like create a stuff to fix group, email, gather ideas, and celebrate wins. Any more questions? Check out the contact us in the links below or reach out to us at Merkle. I'd love to hear from you.